Double H. Double H, double H, double H.
It's the kid. It's the kid. Why am I blurry? Thank you. It's the kid, 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 it's the kid. It's the kid, 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 it's the kid. It's the kid, 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 it's the kid. 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 It's the kid, 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 it's the kid. It's the kid, 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 it's the kid. It's the kid. It's the kid. I'm back. I'm here, guys. We're gonna have a great show, guys. A great show. I'm never late. I'm never late. But I'm always early, and we are gonna have a damn good show because this show we're gonna be revealing a lot of stuff. We're gonna talk about some very interesting things, and we're gonna try to make this as good as possible. Shout out to all of my guys out there. Fortune, Mr. Fortune, thank you for your services. That is our great, loyal, beautiful mod there. That is Mr. Fortune Ochebiri. Thank you. Shout out to all of my peeps out there. We already know. Yo, Christ, baby. That's another guy from the Hangout. Your boy Gallo. Shout out to your Juve boys. Serie A is coming up this weekend. Serie A is rolling this weekend. So we're definitely going to roll this. So on today's... what the hell did I just do? So, we're going to talk about Neymar and Juventus. Apparently, that is something I read that could potentially be happening. We're also going to address this whole Pogba hashtag racism thing. I released a video on there. So the video is there for they to view. But, you know, I may... and your boy, the Oos, is injured. He's out for 5 weeks. But even more so, we're hearing about the Oos potentially still being on his way out via a transfer. So that is still something that is still up in the clouds. And AC Milan apparently are going to be trying to get your boy Mariano. So lots of exciting things here to discuss. And of course, remember guys, I'll be looking in at the chat groups and everything. I'll be seeing how things are going. Yeah, my name is Halfop and I know what it is, man. And there we go. So let's just start first with this whole Neymar news. Neymar, for some strange reason, doesn't want to move to a club. I don't know why, but he doesn't want to move to a club. And this Neymar saga seems to be dragging on and on and on. So the news had always been this is going to be between Barcelona and Real Madrid. That's what it was going to be about. So people thought that Real Madrid, Barcelona, Real Madrid, who is going to be able to be the ones to get him? Who are going to be able to fight to get this guy off of them? But we're not hearing that there's someone else in the mix. And we're not hearing that potentially, maybe, the guys called Juventus could potentially be in the mix. And Juventus, and remember, this is only rumors, but I don't care whether it's rumors. The whole point is we have to look at what a Neymar Juventus team could potentially be like. And tell you this right now, Neymar with Juventus could cause some serious issues. Neymar at Juventus could cause some serious, interesting issues. First off, could Neymar fit in at Juventus? He would easily walk into the team. That goes without saying. Neymar would easily walk into that Juve team. And I don't know whether you guys saw it, but Neymar and Cristiano did an advert. I don't know whether it's going to be released fully out, but I saw they did an advert. They both speak Portuguese. And I feel that the way Neymar plays, either out wide left, wide right, or even as a number 10, Neymar and Cristiano could form an extremely interesting partnership. Because we know that Cristiano can play either out wide or he can play in as a striker. But because these two players can either play out wide or centrally, and they're very smart players, that is something that could be very interesting. And I do believe that maybe Cristiano has gotten on the phone, or maybe even during that advert, Cristiano said to Neymar that, bro, why don't you come along? I know you're looking at Barcelona, I know you're looking at Real Madrid, but there is potentially a place for you here. And I think for Neymar, we know that the PSG move is over. It's done. It's finished. Like that's not happening. I don't see a scenario where Neymar still remains at PSG. It's not going to happen. But, and this is a big but, we know about Real Madrid, we know about Barcelona. Neymar moves to Juventus, they are the clear favorites. Because the thing here is this. Even if Neymar was to move to Juventus and he was still injured at a critical point, they still have a Cristiano to lean upon. They still have a strong, formidable team. But what if Neymar goes and plays for Juventus in the Serie A, a different league, a tougher league, where he doesn't have the freedom to pretty much play around and mark around. So therefore, less chance of him doing those skills that lead to his injuries that he got in the Uber Italy. And he is fit for a full entire season. A Juve team that has both Neymar and Cristiano, bro, that is deadly. And if I'm Juventus, Dybala is cool, he's a great dude. If I'm Juventus and PSG say, you give us Dybala and cash and it's a deal, bro, I'm throwing Dybala out the window. I mean, so yeah, Groy said his ego is strong. Of course, his ego is big. I see, that's my thing. Like, the thing about it is, can two huge egos exist in the same team? Can Neymar's ego and Cristiano's ego both coexist in that same thing? Because these are huge, massive egos that they both have. And how would you be able to handle that? But my thing is, if Sarri says to these guys that, yo, this is about the CL. This is about that CL. And you guys can create something special in order to achieve that CL. And if he just doubles down on that of this is about the flipping freaking CL. I think you can pop. So, how likely is it that he moves to Juventus? I don't see this happening. That's just me being real. I don't really see this happening. I believe that if I was going to rank it, I would say Barcelona, Real Madrid, Juventus, Bayern Munich. That's how I see it here. Bro, so someone says he's staying at PSG. Neymar can't stay at PSG. Like, PSG are just trying to hash out a deal. In what scenario, under what circumstance, based on everything that has happened, how the fans have insulted and said you should go, you should get away. Or what scenario does he remain at PSG? It just doesn't make sense. Like, that bridge has been destroyed. This bridge has been devastated. It has been destroyed. It has been pulverized. There is just no scenario in which or where I see him staying. I just don't. So I really believe that it's a done deal. It's a done deal. So look, Juventus, for Juventus, we know what it's about. Juventus wants to win that Champions League. That is their main priority. Of course, they want to make it 10 in a row. It's Serie A. They want to make it 10 in a row. But I do believe that for Juventus, they know that we've come so close. And this is still something that AC Milan can hold over them. Yep, they're up from AC Milan. Milan are struggling. But AC Milan can always say we have more European trophies than you. And one of the main reasons they brought Cristiano was to win the Champions League. Cristiano has come out and said openly in public that I want to win the Champions League. I want that specific record of winning a Champions League for 3 different teams. I am Mr. Champions League. I am here for the big occasions. And he has taken it upon himself. And that's man to be like, I can be the dude that leads these guys to a CL. So, again, I just because remember, like, look, I feel that Dybala is a very important piece in the deal happening. Tuchel actually came out and said that we are not letting go of Neymar without a replacement. It's not happening. That is why you're seeing all these swap deals. Hence why I feel Real Madrid are out of the element, because Real Madrid are not offering anyone. Because if Bale is staying, there's no one else that Real Madrid are going to be willing to offload to get Neymar. So for me, Real Madrid are out of the equation. Barca, I like to say. But the thing with Barcelona is Coutinho is going to Bayern. And that was their key bargaining chip. But then I did hear Semedo is someone. Yeah, Tuchel is a brick. Nassim, he's a brick. Tuchel is a brick. Uncle Mu should be the manager. But I did hear that Semedo was open to a move, and Semedo may be actually involved in a potential swap with Neymar. That could happen. So, that's where we stand there. And for Juventus, they're going to be using Dybala. Dybala doesn't want to leave Juventus. He doesn't want to leave. So I don't even think that whole Dybala to Tottenham thing was even that close. I don't think it was that close. Dybala wants to stay at Juventus because Dybala wants to prove that he's that dude. Because Dybala's like, I don't give a damn who the hell Christina is. I want to stay. So, yeah, man. How I view this thing and how I feel about this, I would like to see Neymar at Juventus, though. I just from a football tactical point of view, I think that's an interesting partnership of Neymar and Cristiano and what they could do. But I think just a Neymar and Cristiano on the same team, even if they have two totally different characteristics, Neymar as the creator, Cristiano as the finisher, and even both of them trying to find an intelligence and a wavelength, and they both speak Portuguese, bro, that could be potentially deadly, man. But yeah, tell me in the chat group whether you think that Neymar would go to Juventus, or the likelihood that you think your boy Neymar could go to Juventus. Pogba, Mr. Paul Labille freaking Pogba. So he's hitting the news. See, look, I put out like my vid. So what's the hashtag? The hashtag is I stand with Pogba and what end of racism, or what end racism. Is that the thing? Let me hit the super chats here, man. Super chats from Akuma's Deception. Neymar respects Cristiano. He'll listen to Cristiano. Oh yeah, probably he would. No, he would. So that's what it would work. There will not be an ego trip. So apparently there's a whole racism thing going on about how Pogba like received racism because he missed it. So let me get this straight, because I've not really divulged into this whole Pogba thing. So let me just get this straight. So Man United fans were shoving racist abuse at Pogba because he missed a penalty against Wolves. So that's why I go on my Twitter page. I'm trying to just look at latest news from football, and my Twitter page is filled with I stand with Pogba and say no to racism. What's it called? John Terry was in that ad, wasn't he? Say no to racism. So my thing about this is that like I've already said all I needed to say. So I just want to get what your feedback is. So literally, I'm actually looking for your feedback via the chat box to see what you guys are saying, because I'm like, what? We're here to cure racism? Like that's my thing. That's like, is it that we're here to cure racism? Is that what we're here for? Yeah, so yeah, no, I think yeah, because people say, oh yeah, like yeah, same thing with the whole Tammy Abraham thing as well. It's like, guys, you're always gonna have people like this, like especially with football fans. Whenever they feel very passionate and extreme, they resort to racism. I mean, for me, I've had it to myself as well, where guys who disagree with my views on Cristiano, even sometimes even Messi, they resort to racism and say, "You're black this, black that," and so watching my response be like, "Oh my gosh, how dare you!" I'm like, "Bro, you're now." If you say it to my face, okay, now that's different. Okay, if you don't say it to my face, okay, that's different. But if you say it online where I can't see you, your logo is of an egg or some kind of award, I can't visibly touch you. So I'm like, which is why I never understood the concept of cyberbullying. What the hell is cyberbullying? Like, I don't want to come across as insensitive. I don't, because bullying is bad. And maybe it's just because I'm a bit old and everything, but what the hell is cyberbullying? Like, okay, people are saying bad stuff about you on the internet. There is a mute button, or you can just simply ignore them. you know, um, oh yeah, no, yeah, little everybody, bro, yeah. Like, look, it is what it is. But you see, but the funny thing though, because I think that's what I said. Like a guy, was racist to me because I said Pogba over De Bruyne, and my thing about it is that I'll keep saying it. So, and I'm good. I mean, I'm all right. I'm cool. But you're the person that's frustrated because it is your frustration and your anger that is making you hold this racism. Pogba is doing real good. I don't think Pogba is losing any sleep. His wife. Now this is going to piss off the racists. His wife is white. His wife is not only white. His wife is blonde. So Pogba, you can hide your wife all you want, man. I watch your Instagram videos. So his wife is white. Okay? So I'm sure that will piss off the racists. He's got a lot of cash. He lives good. He dances a lot. Pogba. So that's why this whole thing of why are you standing with a guy who is doing real good? He's got a lot of cash. Okay, Pogba has a lot of cash. And when I look at his Instagram stuff, this man is enjoying life. This man is enjoying life. So these racists, you're the guys who you're so sad. A guy missing a penalty has ruined your extremely sad 9 to 5 or unemployed, jobless life. But the guy who you're insulting has about 10 times more. The guy you're insulting can probably buy your life. He can probably buy your entire family's life. He's living good. He's got his wife, mansions and so forth. Cars are popping off. So, what the? How? I'm sorry. Now, this may seem wrong. I'm not standing with someone who is richer than me. Sorry. Let Pogba cut me a check. I'm not standing with or doing a hashtag for someone who lives like Pogba. Pogba is really happy. He's really happy because the whole I stand with him means that he's suffering, he's sad, this has affected him. Have you seen what Pogba looks like? Have you seen how Pogba operates? As of right now, Pogba is laughing. He's probably laughing his face off because he's like for me. See now, if Pogba missed a penalty for France in the World Cup final and it's made them lose, that's different. Baggio, 94. Luigi Di Baggio, 98. There are Snyder in 2014. There are times in where it will affect said person. But that's different. Missing Pogba is not losing sleep over missing a penalty against Wolves in a flipping Premier League game. It's not happening. Yo, bro, I'm going to talk about the Jay-Z thing probably after we've done all the football stories. Let me talk on Jay-Z. I've got to talk about Jay-Z. So, yeah, man, like, because, guys, this is what I want to ask the chat room right now. So, what's the solution? Is the solution hashtags? Is the solution what more ads? Like you ever have done that dumbass say no to racism ad, but aren't the UEFA the same guys who, whenever a club does any racist thing, they just find them like 5 kobo or something? Bro, Christ, it's not complicated, bro. That's the issue. It's not complicated. You can solve racism within stadiums. You can solve racism online. You know, there are people you can report, you can police things and everything. But you know what? I don't want racism to be censored on Twitter. I don't. I really don't. That's why the people who are racist to me on YouTube or Twitter, I don't censor them. Unless if you do it repeatedly, then I mute you and censor you, because then you're not messing with the flow and the conversation and everything. But someone that throws out a racist comment, what I do is I retweet it and I screenshot it. I'm like, this is the reality of the world, because what I hate fakeness. That's what I hate. And that's my annoyance with this whole hashtag crap. I hate fakeness. I'm all about being real. And the reality of the matter is that there are people who are just racist. That's about it. And there are football fans who are just simply racist. They're racist. And a lot of them look at Pogba, who is... This is the reality here. Man United is a job for Pogba. It's a job. Now, if you're a Man United fan, should Pogba care more for playing for Man United? So Pogba should treat playing for Man United like it's life and death. And if Pogba misses a penalty, he should cry and feel depressed because you're paying his wage. Sorry, newsflash. Club football is a job. It's a job. Like, it's a flipping job. That's the thing. Like, it's your flipping job. So he is not going to offer the same care as others. He just won't, you know. But look, natural. You say that you stop racism by raising your kids correctly. Natural. And this is the thing here, man. There will always be some level of prejudice and racism because you're dealing with human beings and human nature. We're always going to discriminate based off of something. Racism in some shape or form has always existed throughout human history. It's just something that as a human race we're just going to have to accept. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. So are you saying that we will now make sure that every single parent in the whole world raises their kids correctly? No, it's not going to happen. See, for me, that is why I don't agree with when people lump sexism and racism together, because everybody has a mother, an aunt, a sister, or so forth. Of course, there's sexism, but it's not to the same degree as racism. There are people out there who have probably never seen a black person before. The first time I saw a white person, I actually remember. I think I was probably 6 or 7. So for the first 5-6 years of my life, I'd never actually seen a white person in the flesh. Never. And I remember when I first saw a white person, I was like, "What?" It was quite scary. I was like, "Why the hell why does their skin go red? Look at what their skin looks like." What? It was crazy because all I'd seen was black people. Because I grew up in Nigeria. So seeing white people for the first time, it was whoa. So now I'm not thinking of like, if you've never been in close proximity to any black people or anything, I'm sure it'd be like whoa. But the thing though is that for some people, That difference is too hard to comprehend. And my thing is, I am not Martin Luther King. I'm not. I'm sorry. My job isn't to try and change people's racial views. So when you look at some of these ultras, some of these hardcore fans who hold this racist stuff, they do it because that's what they need. That is innate to them, and this the thing. They need it. They need that whole racism thing to be part of them. And even if you try to remove them, they will fight against it because you will see it on Xbox Live, you'll see it online gaming and everything. People like when people are really pushed to the brim, they show their true colors. They show their true colors, you know, and that's just the reality there. So look, man, it ain't no biggie, man. It ain't no biggie, and I think for Pogba, bruh, he good. Pogba's good. So the Us is out for 5 weeks. The Us is out for 5 weeks. So Barcelona right now, moving forward, bro, Harry, I'm not even touching that True Jody thing, man. I ain't touching it. I read some of those messages. Like, see, that's just like whoa. That's just whoa. Like, how do you even respond to that? They are alleged. They are alleged, but look, I don't even know how you even respond to that, man. You're disposed, man. Whoever leaked that, bro, that's deep. But my thing is that whoever leaked that probably wants to mess him up, 100%. Probably what happened was this person said, "Look, you're famous. Pay me this money. If you don't pay me this money, I'm gonna leak this stuff out." And the stuff went out, and then they go. Oh, speaking of leaking, okay. The Us is out for 5 weeks. He's out for 5 weeks. And this is where now Barcelona now stand. So Barca now have only so who do they have? So they have, well, you got Messi, you've got the Cannibal, you've got Griezmann. There's no Coutinho, and there's no flipping Us now for 5 weeks. And Jason is getting deep, bro. Jason is getting deep because I just read that Messi could be out for the Betis game. So Barcelona are really reeling and struggling because the options that because you see that's what I told you, man. Things can come back to haunt you. Why did you sell Malcolm? Malcolm would have been very useful for this situation right now, where you're floated to Coutinho, the Us is out for 5 weeks. You could use Malcolm. Now, Messi's injured now. So going into this game, your real main attackers are Rafinha, Griezmann, and the Cannibal. Betis should feel confident. Of course, Barca will still be favorites because they've got the better players and the better pedigree. But if I am Real Betis, my God, Betis should go out to win that game. And Betis are critical to winning that game. So my thing is, Cannibal is injured? Is the Cannibal injured? Oh my month. 4 weeks, month. Barca are in serious trouble. Okay. Barca are in serious trouble right now. Barca are in serious, serious trouble right now. This is bad. This is bad because Griezmann is now the main. So see, Barca's two main guys are Griezmann and Rafinha. Whose fault is this? Whose fault is this? I get it. An injury is an injury. This would have always happened. First of all, getting Boateng was stupid. How do you go into a new season and you don't have cover for your striker? What's it called? At the point, they had David Villa, they had Pedro. Before that, they had Henry, they had Etso, and then Ibrahimovic came in through. How is Barcelona football? This is embarrassing. Bartomeu and everything, this is embarrassing. This is Barcelona Football Club. How are you going into a new season and you don't have a cover striker? So you have a situation where... Wait, so who's going to play striker? So you're telling me that in 2019, Barcelona Football Club don't have a striker? Like, is that what you're trying to tell me? An out striker. Wow. So 5 weeks for the US, 4 weeks for the Carnival. Messi, he's in and out. But you see, now this is what I like. This is what's Perez? Who the hell is Look, Griezmann, man, if you're so great, lead this team. Remember, you said that you should be mentioned in the same breath as Cristiano and Messi. And people were telling me that, oh, no, Griezmann should be... Yeah, there's a dude on Twitter. I was having a back and forth with him. I think he's called Akintunde something. And he was like, oh, no, HH, what are you talking about? Oh, HH, you just talk rubbish. Of course, Griezmann is world class. You see, it's guys like that just piss me off. And I said to the guy that, okay, you're only saying he's world class because the media says he's world class. That's why. You're not... My issue is people don't use their brains independently. They're just slaves to whatever is being written online or by newspapers. Oh, everyone says he's world class, therefore he must be world class. No. Think for your brain. Think independently. All because the media says it doesn't mean it's true. All because the media says it doesn't mean it's flipping true. Griezmann is not world class. And I love the situation that everything is in right now because Griezmann, you're top 3. You were 3rd in the Ballon d'Or. You should be able to get that win. You should be able to get that W because I know, because I've researched Griezmann, because I know football, I know that you depend upon the striker. You can't create things off your own back. You are dependent upon a system where you are leaning upon towards a striker or other players. You cannot actually fully generate something as an individual off your own back. That's not what you can do because that's what superstars do. That is what superstar attackers do. Superstar attackers can produce something as individuals. They can. Bro, Mike, I ain't. How am I defending Valverde? I've already come out and said that Valverde is suspect. He's under review. Valverde is under review. And also, especially in a situation like this is what management calls for. Because for Valverde right now, this is what will tell me how good of a manager you are. You don't have Messi because Messi is a cheat code. And I don't know how much praise I can give to Valverde based on how much Messi carried the team last season. So was Valverde's management the reason they won La Liga, or was it that as Messi literally carried this entire team and was the entire attack? So going into these few games right now, my view, the microscope is on Valverde. The microscope is on Valverde. So the Serie A begins this weekend. The Serie A begins this weekend, so everyone is going back in action. I am contemplating subscribing to Premier Sports. See, Premier Sports were close to getting La Liga. See, if Premier Sports had gotten La Liga, I would have fully subscribed. Now I may just maybe get like a month pass. I don't know whether I'm going to fully subscribe. So Mariano, who for some reason Real Madrid bought this dude Mariano. He might be going to AC Milan. Now remember, AC Milan, they sold Coutinho to Wolves. And yes, they have Paqueta. Yes, they have Piatek. But I think Mariano... Actually, why did Milan sell Carlos Bacca? That house one says, why the hell did... Carlos Bacca was a quality striker for them. Why sell him? I think they sent him to Villarreal. So they're going to get Mariano. For me, Mariano is... Look, not really that great. You know, did he do anything? How many goals did he even score for Real Madrid? I don't even think he even scored that many goals for Real Madrid, really. So, Mariano isn't going to turn AC Milan to title challengers. Nope. Is he an improvement? I would say somewhat. But probably, Piatek is probably a more proficient, proven finisher than him. So, Milan need a superstar. Now, Paqueta is a potential superstar. He could be a potential superstar, you know, because I do think that he looks really good, and I think he was unlucky not to feature more for Brazil because it was a very tough Brazil team to get into. And Piatek, I think, is a real quality finisher, bro. I think Piatek is probably even better than Lewandowski now as a finisher. So I think, but Milan still need a true superstar talent. But let's just see what they can do coming into the season. I think, you know, the Serie A really is going to be between Juventus, Inter Milan, and Napoli. Now, if Icardi, that stupid prick, could just tell his wife to shut the hell up. So, Icardi, tell your wife to shut her trap, and you speak for yourself. You speak for yourself, and you take your ass to Napoli. Take your ass to Napoli and go be a striker. But instead, your wife is doing all your talking for you and you're wasting away like a bum. Like a bum. You're pretty much a bum now. So, but I think that, Chucky Lozano, so is that done? Is Chucky Lozano to Napoli done? Because that'll be a nice signing. Look, I think Napoli are looking good though. Napoli are still looking good, and I think it's very key that Napoli keep Koulibaly. Like, Napoli keeping Koulibaly was huge. Now, if Liverpool got their paws on Koulibaly, that would have been a huge coup, and that would have been a massive loss by Napoli. But I think Juventus, clear favourites for the Serie A. Clear favourites for the Serie A. But what I am looking forward to is what the system looks like. That is looking forward to. I'm looking forward to looking at what the system looks like and to see how well they can cope with the new Sarri system. But look, Cristiano could very well end up top scorer. But see, I thought Cristiano would be top scorer this last season. Shout out to Fabio Cagliarella. The dude is like 50 something. So at 53 years of age, to come in and become top scorer in the Serie A with Cristiano in there, I think it's huge. It's huge. Yo, James, why are you calling Sarri a brick, bro? Alright, let me hit off some of the super chats. So from Ricky Rick says, Valverde is a brick. HH, please. I'm with Barca. Valverde is he is definitely going towards brick status. I'll admit. He's very, very closely going towards brick status right now because if you can't cope, you're still the manager of Barcelona, and it's still Barcelona who have quality players. If you're saying you can't cope without Messi, I'm sorry, you're a brick. So I'm going to give Valverde this Betis game. If Barcelona do not shine or go through, he's going to be inducted into Class C. Right now, he's under review. Right now, Valverde is under review, but he's this close to being inducted. Your boy Harry Truman, who says, can Zad and Jovic win La Liga? Opinions on Hudson-Odoi. Zad and Jovic. Bro, I have my doubts, Harry. I have my doubts. If Messi is fully fit, Barcelona win La Liga. If we just create a scenario, let's say Messi isn't fully fit, he can only play half a season. Let's say he's out for 2 months. We have a 3-horse race. We have a clear 3-horse race. With Messi, it's a 1-horse race. Without Messi, we have a 3-horse race because Atletico have a very good chance. And I think Real Madrid, I was impressed by what they did in that opening day. And without Hazard as well. Jovic, he's unproven. All because you could do it for Frankfurt. Can you do it wearing that Real Madrid jersey? Can you do it wearing that Real Madrid shirt? It is a whole different proposition. So I think it's possible, but it's all dependent on what Messi does. It's all dependent on what Messi does. And the other question, Hudson-Odoi, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what Hudson-Odoi does because, okay, all right, all right. I was going to release a vid, but let me be open with you. I am excited to see Hudson-Odoi come into this Chelsea team, but unless Hudson-Odoi can defend and help out Kante, what's the point? Guys, he's a rookie. He's a rookie. I never said Tammy Abraham is the next Drogba. I said next Drogba, question mark. It wasn't next Drogba full stop. It was next Drogba, question mark. I never said that. But I am worried. My worry is that I don't think Lampard has a plan B. So I don't think he has a plan B. And Lampard, bro. First of all, I'm worried about what our Champions League group will be. Speaking of which, guys, when are the Champions League groups drawn? When do they make the draw for the Champions League groups? Because we have to. We're going to do that live. We're going to do a live thing here. That when do they? Woo! 30th. Oh, this Thursday. Oh, this Thursday. Oh, okay. Okay, all right. This Thursday. Oh, next Thursday. Hey, today isn't the 30th? Sorry, yeah, next Thursday. Yeah, no, I thought the okay, cool. Okay, next Thursday, next Thursday. So yeah, man. I'm just worried, man. Yeah, I'm looking forward to see what this Rhys James guy can do, man. And see how he can obviously ball and everything. But my thing is, look, the issue, the talent is there. The talent is there. Of course, the talent is there. But I have issues with Lampard's inexperience because Lampard, you can't expect your guys to run for 90 minutes. That makes no sense. You cannot expect these guys just to run for 90 flipping minutes. You have to have a flipping plan B. I don't think Lampard has a plan B. That is my problem. I don't think this dude called Francis Lampard has a plan B. I think this season for Chelsea, we could be seeing goals for and against. For and against. Because I think Lampard just gets really hyped up with this guy's attacking. And poor Kante literally has to be the midfielder, the defender, the attacker, and so forth. So look, man, as far as Champions League semis minimum is concerned, look, guys, look. Let's just wait and see. That's what I'm going to say. Let's just wait and see. I've been beaten up about it. I've been insulted. I've been vilified. I've been abused and so forth. It's cool. I get it. It's cool. But, you know what? It is what it is, man. It is what it is. So let me just hit the super chat here. Young One. Thank you for your super chat here, Young One. So Young One says, what if Felix leads Atletico to a La Liga title? Young One, I love that question. By the way, I've already seen enough. Joao Felix is better than Griezmann. I've already said enough. Because I already don't rate Griezmann that highly. But from what I've seen, Joao Felix is already better than Griezmann as an individual. If Joao Felix, as a 19, 20-year-old, leads Atletico to a La Liga title, he automatically gets boosted up to upper tier 2. Right now, he's tier 3. Right now, he's tier 3. But if he leads them to a La Liga title, he will be automatically upper tier 2. And that is going to be one of the biggest introductions by a youngster. Because let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. Did either Messi or Cristiano, as 19 or 20-year-olds, lead a team to a league title? I don't think they did. They were part of very great teams. I don't think they ever led a team individually to a league title. I don't think they ever led a team to a league title. So, because Atletico looked really impressive in that game. They looked really impressive in that game. Like the way they were using the wing backs, moving the ball around, they looked really impressive. And if you drop that psychopath Deco Costa in there, I think Atletico are looking all right. I think they're looking all right. The best thing for La Liga, I feel, is if we really have a quality three-way title race. If we can have that, I just think that'll be quality, you know. And I just want to, and for me, it's like, see, Messi is hungry for that CL. But as much as he's hungry for that CL, because even when I go out to Messi's speech, I think Messi still believes that it is still something to be proud of their league wins. And let's keep it real. 8 league wins out of 10 is pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy. Real Madrid have to hold that L. 8 league wins out of 10, I think, is pretty crazy. Liverpool, everybody mentioned this, and I want to give it. Jay-Z. My view on the whole Jay-Z deal with an NFL. Jay-Z is a drug dealer. He's originally a drug dealer. He's a businessman. He's a very smart businessman. Jay-Z is making a flipping business move. Now, anybody who thinks for 1 second Jay-Z really is going to try and fight for social justice with the NFL, and we're going to bring everyone together because of us and the NFL, we are going to make sure that the African American is treated properly in the United States of America. Jay-Z. Jiggerman. Have you listened to Reasonable Doubt? Have you listened to American Gangster? That dude is going to fight for social justice with the NFL. Jay-Z was presented with a lot of money to potentially make, and he was like, Roger Goodell, where the hell do I sign? Where the hell do I sign? Jay-Z ain't doing nada for social justice with the NFL. There's nothing to wait for. See, if T.I. signed that deal, or if Yasin Bey signed that deal, then I'm like, oh, okay. Because I know of Yasin Bey's track record, I know of Talib Kweli's track record, I know of T.I.'s track record. I was like, okay, why? Jay-Z? There's nothing to wait for. There's really nothing to wait for. That's the thing, man. There's nothing to wait for. So Jay-Z, yo, Mr. Wait, what's this guy's name? Abraham. This is Half-Horse Football Hot. I speak about every bloody thing that I want to speak on. So I'm sorry, but like anything that comes to my mind, I'm going to speak on it. Cyberpunk looks pretty crazy. Gamescom. But as crazy as Cyberpunk looks, I want a third-person option. I want a third-person option for Cyberpunk. I want a third-person option. I'm still watching Attack on Titan. I'm on episode 4, I believe. So I'm on episode 4, I believe. So yeah, those giants in Attack on Titan scare the living crap out of me. Those things, basically it's a flipping horror movie. Every time I see those giants, it's a flipping horror movie. That thing is frightening, man. That thing is flipping frightening. Um, no, I mean, oh no, it's yeah, no. Attack on Titan, it's interesting. I mean, I do like the art style. It is very interesting, you know. But yeah, because what I do is so basically, or if you're a Patreon member, like every time I watch an episode, I'm pretty much reviewing each episode, like writing a short review of each episode on Attack on Titan on the Patreon for my Patreon. So I'll be chronicling my anime my season. Then obviously after I'm finished with the season, then I'll then do the season review on my other channel called the Half Up Sorts. Remember to join up for the Half Up Sorts, lads. So what are we doing here, man? Oh my gosh, what the hell? So super chat here from Mukhtar Abdi. You are the coach. Who takes United's penalties? Rashford. Pogba, like before Pogba took that penalty, you know the way they showed like a graphic of like the scores and misses. He had only missed one. So I think he had scored 3 and only missed 1. So, but I don't know. I just had a feeling that he'd missed. But I think Rashford is a pretty safe penalty kick taker, and that penalty kick he took was huge. That was huge. And my thing about this is that, you know, Pogba is normally pretty damn good. Sometimes you miss them. Sometimes you miss them. Like, not everyone has a Mendieta or a Balotelli, who are, in my view, the best penalty takers I've ever seen. Like, Mendieta never missed, and Balotelli never missed. And this is my thing with penalties, because I've been a keeper before, and when I was a keeper in penalty shootouts, I think I saved 3 penalties. Because there are various ways to take a penalty. Going for power is dangerous. Because what I always do is this. Because this is from me being a keeper. If you run at an angle, it is easier to guess which place you're going to put the penalty. If you run at an angle, it's just a psychological thing. Because when I was in the penalty shootout, the guys always used to run at an angle. When they run at an angle, I just saw their body shape and I just made an educated guess of where they would place the ball. But I remember this is the 98 World Cup, and I distinctly remember this. It was Brazil against Holland. And all the Brazilians, they ran straight. They didn't run at an angle, they ran straight. And when you're running straight at the ball, it is impossible to know. Because then it's like, this ball can go anywhere. This ball can literally go anywhere. And the thing about it is that, this is what they always say. Pick a place and stick by it. And if you're extra confident, if you pick your spot, try and outwit the keeper that you're going to the other spot. So let's say you're going to bottom. Let's say you're bottom right. I am going bottom right. Try and make the keeper think you're going bottom left. By your body movement, your little eye movement to psych him out, and try and make him think that you're going bottom left. And then there's another thing about keepers as well. Skillful players will more likely than not go for placement. Less skillful players will more likely go for power. So when you're seeing a guy who is less skillful, you know that this guy is probably just going to go for power. So it's like it might be quite hard to save it. Skillful players will try and place it. So that's where it's most likely going to go bottom left, bottom right, or he'll try and do a Panenka. So no, trust me. Keepers obviously can always guess, but I see Rui Patricio, I feel that was an educated guess. Because, you know, it's so weird, like, Pogba has changed his penalty take. Because remember, Pogba used to do that low, you know, going up very, very slowly before he took a penalty, which is actually makes it quite hard to know. But he now runs up normally. And I think that, in my view, Rui Patricio made an educated guess as to where it was going to go. Yeah, remember, guys, like the vid, guys. Hit that like button. Remember to subscribe. Remember to sub. Remember, we're try and do these live shows at 10 p.m. every day. But yeah, hit that like button, guys. So, show support for your boy at for the football hot man. But yeah, like, I mean, who are the best penalty takers that you guys have ever seen in your view? Bro, Barney Ninik, man. Zad is very good. Zad is quickly becoming a really good penalty kick taker, man. He's coming really good. Wait, did Pirlo miss in the Champions League final? I think he missed in the Champions League final. I think, or did he? Yeah, Cristianis is pretty good. Cristianis is pretty good. No, I mean, no, best I've seen. I mean, yeah, Neymar is pretty good, but really, the best I've seen has to be Balotelli. But it was so crazy. Remember, Balotelli went on such a crazy run of scoring penalties that when what's the name of that keeper? Third choice keeper for Spain. He played for Liverpool. I think he played for Napoli. Has like a bald patch. And is a bit chubby. Pepe Reina, thank you. Pepe Reina. So yeah, Pepe Reina was the first guy to save one of Balotelli's penalties. And he said that when he saved it, because it was such a special thing, he actually swapped jerseys with Balotelli. And I think he said he went to sleep in Balotelli's jersey because it was such a big thing going for it. Because see, the thing about Balotelli's thing is that he goes for precise placement. Because he stops, he waits for the keeper to move, and then he hits it. You know. So, but yeah, look, man, Balotelli, that is a conversation for a whole other day, man. Could have been the best striker of his generation. Simple. Could have been the best striker of his generation. And Milner, really? Are you gonna say Milner is one of the best penalty kick takers? So Milner is better than Mendieta, Balotelli. I mean, Ramos is probably the best defender I've seen taking penalties. Luis is pretty good as well. Luis is pretty good as well. But Ramos is pretty damn good. Ramos is pretty damn good. Higuain is trash. I don't care whether Higuain's previous penalties. I think I was even in this room when I saw it. I believe Higuain's penalty in that Copa America final, it has only just landed on Neptune. Bro, that name is banned. Please don't say that name. That name is banned in his live chat. I repeat, that name is banned in his live chat. Okay. So yeah, look, man, I'm excited to see what happens in those Champions League groups, man. I'm excited to see what's going to happen in that Champions League groups. But I'm also fearful of who Chelsea are going to get. Because if Chelsea get like a flipping Real Madrid, or they get like a PSG or something, it could be lights out. It could be lights out. And my semis minimum is going to come back to haunt me. So have you guys heard about the latest news that Spider-Man, like Sony and Disney, couldn't reach a deal? So Spider-Man is out of the MCU. Spidey is out of the MCU. Because, like Sony and Disney, they basically struck a deal to do it. But I think yeah, it's a done deal. James, have hope, man. James, forget the haters, man. James, forget the haters. Forget those haters. Have flipping hope. But look, let's see what happens, man. Like, the key thing is who Chelsea get in that group. There is talent here. I believe Pulisic is going to surprise a lot of people this season. No. Look, I told you, I'm a complicated Chelsea fan. Man. But you see, why is the Spider-Man? I don't think it's that bad news. See, this is bad for the MCU. Because as I said on my video that I put on the half up shots, if this happens, who the hell leads the Avengers? Doctor Strange? Those clowns, the losers of the galaxy? That's off Chris Hemsworth as a star? Like, the whole point was Spider-Man was... That was the whole point of Far From Home and everything was Spider-Man is slowly filling in the boots of Iron Man, which I don't agree with because I feel Iron Man is still a C-level character. But the whole point was they are grooming Spider-Man to be the next Iron Man. But if this doesn't happen, it's great for Sony and it's bad for Marvel and MCU. It's great for Sony, and because now Sony will now be able to now have Venom, Carnage, and Spider-Man. That's what they have, man. That's what they have. Bro, get real. Spider-Man. See, in my view, I don't know whether you guys agree. Spider-Man is the most popular comic book character in the world. Some will disagree, but I think that I don't even think it's an argument. He is the most popular comic book character in the world. And when you're with the most popular comic book character in the world, whether it's Sony, even if the Brick Academy funded a Spider-Man film, and before you saw on the poster, in association with Brick Academy Pictures, and you're in the cinema and says that the Brick Academy presents, people will still pay full price to watch a Spider-Man film because he's too popular. He's too popular. Spider-Man is more popular than Superman. Walk down the streets and see how many kids have Spider-Man bags. Trust me, just do an experiment. Walk down the streets, and these are 5-year-olds, 4-year-olds, 6, 7-year-olds. They either have a Spider-Man bag, a Spider-Man lunchbox, or a Spider-Man shirt. For me, I feel it's Spider-Man. I think Batman might just be ahead of Superman. So I think it's Spider-Man, Batman and Superman close-ish, Hulk, maybe X-Men. That's what I think. You know, like no. The Spider-Man films have been bricks because of the whole MCU thing, but based on just popularity, Spider-Man is the most popular comic book character in the world. That's just a fact. Flash is pretty important, but is Flash top 3? I don't think Flash is top 3 or top 4, man. I don't think Flash is top 3 or top 4. No. But see, that's what I see. I feel Batman should be for adults and older. But I think based on the popularity of the animated series, based on the popularity of those Nolan films, I think it's just grown exponentially now. I think it's just grown. So Batman is, like, especially after Dark Knight and also, I think it's huge. Although Batman v Superman was trash. That was a trash film. That film was a pile of garbage, man. That was a horror. I didn't even bother watching Justice League. Batman v Superman was horrible, and I'm a Batman fan. I mean, for me, my guys are Spider-Man, Batman, Spawn. That's my top 3. But see, X-Men, I put it to one side. So for me, it goes Spider-Man, Batman, Spawn, X-Men. No, remember, this is just based off comics. Yeah, I haven't seen the Batman anime series though. So I'm gonna drop a vid on the X-Men. All the X-Men films were trash, personally for me. They were trash. All the X-Men films were trash because Bryan Singer doesn't understand what X-Men is. He doesn't understand what X-Men is. You know? He doesn't understand what X-Men is. Remember, guys, to like the vid, If you've just joined in, we're now in the movie section of the live stream. Whether you like it or not, this is what happens. First hour is football. The other hour is random talk and more movie talk. So we're talking right now about X-Men. I didn't like any of the X-Men films. Cyclops is the leader of the X-Men. Storm is second in command. Wolverine is the outcast. Wolverine is not the leader of the flipping X-Men. Okay, he's not the leader of the X-Men. Cyclops was a bona fide brick in the films. They made the leader of the X-Men a loser. They made him a brick. They made that do the flipping brick. Like, what makes... First of all, Wolverine is just shot. I don't give a damn how good of an actor Hugh Jackman is. And Hugh Jackman is a quality actor. Wolverine is shot. He's short. Okay? You can't have a Wolverine who is 6 foot tall. That's stupid. That's flipping stupid. In Magnus. I can't remember the Joker. Wait, Logan. Wait, is that real? Logan Paul? What? Is that the YouTuber? Wait, are you trolling or is that real? Yeah, okay, that's fake. Yeah, no, look, guys, I said it. No, Joker, man. That's literally the only film I'm looking forward to. Like, that Joker film is really the only film I'm looking forward to, man, because I told you guys, Joaquin Phoenix is that dude. Oh, sorry, okay, you mean the Logan guy. Oh, okay, sorry, Logan guy, yeah. Um, that's the thing I'm looking forward to, man. That's just Joker, man. But we have to just see it. People have said some good things about it, but never reading into reviews like what's it called? Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I thought that film was essentially trash, and I'm a Tarantino fan. The whole Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, nah, that film wasn't great. So whenever people say, "Oh, 5-star masterpiece," yeah, whatever, man, whatever. I've heard about The Boys. I've heard some very good things about The Boys. That will probably be my next series to watch. I've heard some very good things about The Boys. Because I've got Amazon Prime, so I'm gonna give it a watch. And from what I've heard, it's a very interesting concept because it's basically like Watchmen, but I think even much more intense. But yeah, the Boys does look very interesting. Because see, this is what I've always said is like the MCU has been a bit too cookie cutter, and what I think we need are far more edgier comic book films, and this is the danger of Disney. I don't give a damn about Disney Plus. I'm not watching that loser Falcon in a TV series. Winter Soldier is cool. Falcon is a brick. Falcon is a flipping brick. I'm not watching flipping Falcon in a flipping TV series. And the issue with Disney is they Disneyfy everything. Okay? Like, I'm not a kid anymore. Of course, I can enjoy some of this young stuff and everything. I want a rated 18 Batman film. I want a hardcore, no holds barred, rated 18, fully dark, fully edgy Batman film. See, if I was making a Batman film, I would probably cast either Michael Keaton or Josh Brolin as Batman. And in my Batman film, I would make this thing hardcore. It would be a horror movie. Rated 18, it would be a flipping horror movie. My thing, man. Like, it would basically, that thing, it would be dark. That thing would be black and dark. Like, literally, it would just be, whew. Basically, Gotham City will basically be hell. Like, Gotham City in my Batman film would literally be hell. Man, my Batman film would pop off, man. Yeah, no, for me, look, Deadpool's eye, man. But like, See, I hate Ryan Reynolds. Like the concept of Ryan Reynolds, he just annoys me. But Deadpool, see, Deadpool 1 I thought was a perfect film for Ryan Reynolds because the concept of Deadpool as a character is actually damn good. Just the concept of him is very good. But I didn't even bother watching Deadpool 2. Like there was no point. I think that first film was quality, but I think the other ones it was like, yo, whatever, man. Um, yeah, look, as I always said, Batman is a poor man's Punisher. And that's why, as much as I like Batman, I've always that whole thing of you don't kill in movies. I mean, that's just stupid. That's completely and utterly stupid. Completely and utterly stupid. Like, so in a crime-ridden city, you don't kill? Come on, man. All right, guys, look, man. I'm now going to jump onto my Twitch, possibly soon. Maybe I need to get a meal. So just to round things off around here, if Neymar, put it this way, where do I think Neymar is going to land up? Juventus, Real Madrid, or Barcelona? If I was to, I really believe that Neymar to Barcelona is going to happen. Somehow, some way, I think it's going to happen. Juventus, undoubtedly. Juventus would be very exciting. It would be really exciting, but I just don't see that happening. Real Madrid is a possibility, but without having a player to swap, because they need a replacement, I don't think that's going to happen. So all that's left really is Barcelona. And because for me, I'm thinking that. So what are PSG going to do with Semedo? How is Semedo going to help increase PSG's chances of winning? I've got no idea. So, but I still believe somehow, some way, because Barcelona know how to do these tricky deals. They're going to be able to cut up a deal for Neymar. So I believe we're not saying Neymar for PSG. If Neymar remains at PSG, I don't know how that's going to work. Because what may happen is that he has to train by himself and he won't even be allowed into the team. So I feel somehow, some way, Neymar is going to be a Barca player. Because from what I'm seeing with Barcelona and how they're set up, with Coutinho not being there, Barcelona need Neymar now. If Barcelona gets Neymar, that won't solve all of their problems. No way. But I still believe that Neymar with Barcelona would greatly improve them and greatly enhance them. And maybe for Neymar, based on all of the answers that he's taken, he will feel that he's got something to prove. He'll feel that he has something to prove. So guys, that's it from me. Remember to be a Patreon, pledge, and get some extra content. Remember also to subscribe to my entertainment movie channel. I'm dropping some vids on my movie channel, which is the Half Up Sorts. I'll try and put it in the description box, or just go to the YouTube main page and you can look at it as one of the pages in there, because I'm going to drop a vid on which is the better trilogy. I just filmed a vid, Captain America trilogy or the Batman trilogy, and I give my reasons as to which is better between the Captain America trilogy and the Batman trilogy. So guys, it's been swell, it's been good. I will see you guys yet again here tomorrow, same time, same place. Peace out, stay true, stay black, stay blessed. I love you all. Peace out.